Tall Man Clan, welcome to the late show. I am your host, Robert, aka the Tall Man. This is my lovely wife, Lisa, aka Mrs. Tall Man. Not that anyone ever calls her that. We are coming to you live right now from the sort of frozen north up here in Buffalo.
At least the frozen Wi-Fi north.
Yeah, we have having some technical challenges tonight, so we are very, very sorry we are late.
Yes.
Anyway, we hope that you liked our little quick pop-up video yesterday on Facebook on the falls. We were not going to Canada, but we'll talk about that later. We're here to talk about some cruise news. But first, you know what we got to do, right? Balcony cam.
Hey, yay!
We cannot start a show without showing you at least faux balcony cam.
Right.
That was the look outside of the MSC seashore. So, are we ready? We ready to get to news? So, well, let's get to the news.
Here's the latest cruise news with your host, the Tall Man.
Well, hey there, everybody. In the headlines today, we have Disney Cruise Line firsts. We also have Galveston Port traffic plan. God, the traffic there is horrible, but they're fixing it. Passengers missing in BVI. Whoosh, we have our fingers crossed. All right, no Haiti for Royal Caribbean. More TikTok drama. Go figure. All right, and we have the norovirus hits the damn ship. I got that one in there. And then, of course, MSC is changing ports and times. So let's get right to it. So Disney released its summer 2025 itineraries today, including one ship sailing for the Mediterranean for the very first time. The Disney Fantasy will spend her summer in Europe for the very first time, doing sailings from 5 to 12 nights. The Disney Wonder returns to Alaska, offering 5 to 9 night itineraries, and the rest of the fleet will be home ported in Florida, covering 3-day to 10-night itineraries. Next, Galveston. Man, the traffic there is horrible, and they know it, and they are doing something about it. The terminals 25 and 28, they're going to be getting more on-site parking. The new terminal, Terminal 16, is going to have 2 on-site parking areas. One's going to be a multi-story parking garage. The other is going to be surface parking. Now, additionally, Terminal 10, which is where Royal Caribbean goes out of, excuse me, everybody, they currently have multiple lanes of traffic, which works real well. None of the other terminals have that. So terminals 25 and 28 are going to be getting multiple lanes added, and they're hoping that's going to alleviate a lot of the traffic issues. Next, well, we have a little update on, our friends Ben and David there. So when Lisa and I talked about this live the other night, we were put our heads together all day long, and we couldn't. None of it made sense at all, and that we figured that it was because somebody in the yacht club complained to management about the filming they were doing in the yacht club. Well, it just so happens that's exactly what it was. So Lisa and I happened to get that one just correct. They have issued an apology that they had handled the situation wrong, and we'll see what Ben and David do with that. But in the end, it was all about another passenger in the yacht club area complaining about the filming. Okay. Passengers missing in BVI. There are 3 passengers that were on board the NCL Sky. They've gone missing in the British Virgin Island of Tortola. The 3 passengers are all from Colombia. It is unknown at this time if they are traveling together, or they missed the boat on purpose, or has foul play occurred. Tortola, generally a very low crime island, and authorities are investigating vigorously. If you happen to know any of these 3 people or have seen them, please let authorities know, and so that can help out the investigation. All right. Next on the list, we've got Royal Caribbean International. They are not going to Haiti. It's been very well publicized that there's a lot of, we'll just say, shenanigans going on down there. So they have announced that due to the situation in Haiti, they are canceling all their ships that visit that island. Now, this is going to be for the next 7 days, and it's going to continue with a rolling suspension until the stabilization, until the situation stabilizes. Okay, everyone that is sailing that is supposed to go to Haiti will get a 3-day notice if there's going to be any changes. Now, any prepaid excursions will be credited to their onboard account to use for other excursions, and any unused amount will be credited back to their credit cards after the cruise. So, we're halfway through. Everybody good? Everybody good with the headlines? Look, if you're finding us for the very first time, do us a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button. Become part of the Tall Man Clan. It costs you nothing, and it really does help us out, and we would appreciate it. Also, become part of our Facebook group. Right, just go to Facebook and look for Tall Man's Cruise Adventures. We'd invite you to subscribe as well as be part of that group. So we thank you so much. So let's get back to the news. Titanic 2. Anybody hear about this, right? About 10 years ago, an Australia billionaire, Clive Palmer, pledged that he was going to build a full-size replica of the Titanic called the Titanic 2. I mean, it's going to be a sailing vessel, right? Like a regular cruise ship. Well, he's kind of been gone for 10 years, just sort of disappeared. And so there hasn't been any updates. It's been very strange, and people have been like, what's going on? So just yesterday, he finally resurfaced and announced with a set of blueprints, he announced some blueprints for the new ship, as well as 3 new partners from design to operation. The ship is going to be 1 foot less than the original Titanic, this one's going to be 882 feet. It's going to be slightly heavier, though. It's going to be 56,000 tons. I believe the regular Titanic, or the first Titanic, was 49,000 tons and change, so it'll be slightly heavier. But it is going to hold the same amount of passengers, 2,435. Of course, the main difference is there's going to be lifeboats for everybody. For those who go to Port Canaveral, whether you're flying into the Orlando area or coming from South Florida, Brightline has announced they're going to be building a new, well, I call it a terminal, but I guess it's a stop or a station. All right, it's going to be actually about 8 miles from the port, but it's going to offer great options from travel, whether you're coming from South Florida or flying into Orlando International Airport. It's going to be a very quick, easy way to reach the port. Now, once you get to the station, once you get out, you can call a local Uber or Lyft, and that can reach the port in minutes. Now, Brightline will actually reserve an Uber for you, so that's pretty cool. Now, though the plans have been announced, no funding has been procured yet. So for now, though the announcement is exciting, we're all going to have to sit and wait to see if this actually comes to fruition. So there's been some more TikTok hoopla on the Serenade of the Seas, right? This is the Royal Caribbean ship that is in the middle of not the middle, but in the midst of a 294-day world cruise. Unfortunately, this guy just got on. He's on for a 14-day leg, and it hasn't taken very long for the drama to continue there. Some of the first TikTokers have gotten off, and this guy has just gone on, so it's actually been quiet. And, he's already posting all kinds of, funny stuff, right down to the fact that he's never been on a ship before, and so he's seasick. And so I don't know about you guys, but I just wish, some cruise tubers like us would be able to get on that ship and show you what it's really like doing a world cruise. Anyway, so the norovirus has hit the Holland America. The dreaded norovirus has hit one of the dam ships. The Koningsdam is on a 35-day voyage. It's sort of in the middle of that. They've got just a few weeks left. It's been reported that 98 passengers and 12 crew members have been affected by this virus. People, for God's sakes, please wash your hands. That's all you got to do to prevent this. Wash your hands. And finally, last but not least, MSC port and departure changes. MSC the other day announced that due to the damage at the pier in Ocho Rios, Jamaica by the Carnival Magic, they're going to not be able to go. And so they're being proactive, and they're going to divert their ships to Falmouth. All right, the repairs to that pier are going to take some time. Now, what has been happening is, depending on the amount of ships, they can move everybody around, but once the piers are full, ships can no longer dock. So MSC is being proactive, and they are just sending all their ships to Falmouth. Now, Falmouth is not that far away. I think it's like 48 miles. And so some of the excursions may change slightly, but generally, you're not going to miss anything else. Okay. Speaking of time and time changes, 3 of the MSC ships are going to be changing their departure times on their embarkation day. The original departure times were 6 p.m. Now, this has been moved up to 5 p.m. This is going to affect the 3 ships that sail out of Florida, the Magnifica, the Seascape, and the Seashore. So make sure that you check your departure times. These times, departure times are effective immediately, and they're going to continue until late October for one of the ships and into late November for the others. So please make sure that you confirm your departure times. So there you go, everybody. That is it for the cruise news for the day. You are now up to speed. So one thing we did not do today, because I wanted to get right into the news because we were so late coming on, is we didn't say hello to everybody. So Charles was like, no music, no dancing. No, we had technical issues. We had some internet problems here. Mac's like, no dancing. Come on, Danny. Macrina's like, are we early or are we late? No, we were the ones late. So we thank you all for being there. And
yes,
we did not go shopping for pineapples. That's little one-on-one's job. Danny, he can dance now. Hello, everyone, and including Angela. Bev, we were in your city just yesterday for like that long. Yes, we had our popcorn, had popcorn and travel. In fact, we had popcorn and pizza for lunch today.
We did.
Yes, yes, yes. Danny says, Robert, hold up an OK sign and I will write it as soon as I see it. Okay. I want popcorn. Okay. Hello, Tuesday, though it's Thursday. All aboard. Yes, we have balcony cam. In fact, let's go to balcony cam now. We'll give you a little bit of that. Hello, Mamie Radar. Angela says, am I only one that gets commercials during the live? Thank you, YouTube.
I think it's happened to me once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does happen, as Macrina says. They missed the boat on purpose, probably. I guess we're talking about that. They've just not been seen. So I hope that's the case. And, hopefully no foul play has occurred. And so until they're found, prayers for these 3 people. Again, they don't know whether they're all sailing together. I'm sure they do know, but it hasn't been released, though the pictures have been released because, the cruise ship has got to know what cabins they're in. So, but they have 3 different names. I didn't want to post their names, but if you do know them, please let authorities know. All right. Angela, I have recently started getting them too. Are you talking about the commercials? Macrina, yes. Resurfaced. Bad word choice. Danny says, I hear the first sailing of Titanic 2 will be in an Alaskan cruise. Yeah, I bet it's going to be. They haven't announced actually a ship builder yet. So kind of like the Brightline announcing that their new station, I would hold your breath for a little bit longer on Titanic 2. He announced it 10 years ago and then poof, just sort of gone. Now, of course, I'm assuming the dreaded pandemic got in the way a little bit of some things, but there had been no updates on their website and their Facebook. It just really gone dark. So the fact that all of a sudden there he is and he's got plans and he's announced his 3 partners, it's a step forward. So it'd be interesting if that actually comes to fruition.
Yeah.
Yes, and Macrina says, main difference, it will reach its final port and return home. Well, God, we all hope so.
Yes, we do.
Antonio says, I wouldn't get on Titanic 2 if it was going near any icebergs.
I'm quite sure they have the updated radar on board. Or will have.
Yeah, right. Washy washy. No washy washy, no eaty eaty, or whatever this. What do they normally say?
No yummy yummy.
No yummy yummy. Yeah.
Yeah.
No washy washy, no yummy yummy.
Mhm.
You know, isn't it interesting? Just something as simple as just washing your hands. The problem is once it starts, man, it is hard to get containment.
Yeah,
And so,
it is.
of course, they do have a lot of protocols in place these days. And so hopefully the next 2 weeks for the rest of the passengers and crew, it doesn't get any worse.
One of our cruises, I think it was on Princess years ago. Remember they had the outbreak then,
Mhm.
and so they had the buffet line. You would point and tell them what you wanted, and they would put it on the plate for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they take precautions as
Yeah.
much as possible, but like Robert said,
Yeah.
wash your hands.
Washy washy, no yummy yummy. I'll be honest. In the last few ships we've been on, they've had somebody standing at the entryway, but not saying anything. People just walking in. Lisa and I wash our hands.
Yeah.
But it's that only goes so far is if you touch something that somebody hasn't washed their hands, right? So it wouldn't bother me if buffets went back to staff serving or crew members serving the food. That would sort of, alleviate a lot. But then, you get people, you got to press the buttons on the elevator and they're touching the handrails. And it's just wash your hands, guys. It's just that simple.
And
Wash
it's
your
crazy
hands.
how many times I see people not wash their hands, and yeah,
No.
it's crazy.
Tuesday asks, do you know an expected date for the new traffic plan in Galveston take place? They're going to begin soon. They didn't say when it would be completed, but I believe it's sort of all part of the new terminal that's being built, which I believe is, again, Terminal 16 is the new terminal being built. So I think a lot of this is going to be going on at the same time. I feel the crappiest part of this plan, if you will, and there's no way around it, is traffic is already pretty bad because there's basically one lane in and out for most of those terminals. And when you start to do the construction, well, it's going to make a mess of things. We've experienced that several times going down to Miami, the port there, and their construction. It's got to be done. It's got to be done so the traffic will be better in the future. But for the interim, I would say it's probably only going to be a little worse before it gets any better. Right? Makes sense?
Yeah, I would agree.
Danny says, that's why you always knuckle the elevator buttons. Or just walk if it's not too many decks.
Yeah, that too.
Speaking of walking, this has nothing to do with cruising. This is just something that happened. So if you're walking somewhere and you're talking with somebody and your head is turned around, but you're still walking forward, and you bump into somebody, it's not the somebody's that you bumped into's fault. It's your fault for not looking where you're going. So for the first words to come out of your mouth be rude words to the person you bumped into, that's just not right. So do me a favor, people, if you're watching this. If you're talking with somebody and you're walking forward, please look forward when you're walking. If you got to look back, well, at least look forward first to make sure you're not going to run into anybody first. And if you do happen to run into somebody, it's not their fault.
Right, at least say, excuse me.
What happened here?
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah. I thought there was going to be fisticuffs.
Oh, my.
Good Lord. Anyway, just saying. I got a forum. Antonio C. says, you're going to Galveston in early May. Which terminal is the Jubilee at? Is it near Terminal 16? Yeah, it's either 25 or I'm sorry, 28 or 26. They're two they're side by side. One's a newer one, one's the older one. It is not near Terminal 10. Terminal 10 is down a little bit further. So the way in and out, basically what happens is, so people come in to drop off your luggage. We all do it when we go on a cruise. If somebody's dropping you off, of course, they drop you and the luggage off and then they're gone. But if you're driving in, you pull in, you drop off your luggage, and then you go and park the car. Well, because of the one-lane traffic in and out and the access roads and all these things, those people are basically stuck in traffic twice trying to get back to the parking areas. So by creating these multiple lanes, it's going to help alleviate the traffic a little bit there. So it's just probably going to be a little messy. When you come back from your cruise in May, let us know if the road work has begun there, Antonio. That would be great.
Absolutely.
Macrina says, call me strange, but at times I elbow the elevator buttons. I've not heard that one. I guess, that's better than trying to do it with your nose.
I do that when I'm coming back with my hands full of desserts.
For the stream.
Yes.
How did that work on the seashore with the digital elevators?
Same as
Does
the
it
other
actually
ones. It actually, yeah.
You didn't get too many wrong floors?
No.
Wow.
No, I
She's
didn't. I got a bony little elbow.
Precision elbow work. Wendy, nice to see you here. I'm not sure that we've seen you here on the stream before. Welcome to the Tall Man Clan.
Yes, welcome.
Hey, you two. Speaking of the Jubilee, need your opinion of Havana Bar getting married in their Sunday at sea in August.
Oh, congratulations. Yes.
The Havana Bar is amazing. We did full detailed tours of the entire ship. If you go to the main channel, there is a playlist for the Carnival Jubilee. You can go back, and the Havana Bar is on deck.
I don't remember either.
6 or 8? Gosh, I can't remember. I think it's 8.
I want to say 8.
I think so. It's so many ships between then and now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just watch the deck 8.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it is very, very cool in there. In fact, I think we talked about when we were doing that this would be a good place for a wedding.
Yeah,
when we actually were doing the tour.
We might have.
You're going to have a fantastic wedding inside the Havana Bar.
Yeah.
That's a great choice.
Yes, congratulations.
Danny says Havana Bar has cool decorations. Exactly, Danny.
Yeah.
Not yet. Watch you all the time, though. Okay, well, excellent. Well, thank you for watching, and welcome from coming out of the shadows.
Yes.
Danny did confirm 8. Thank you. I was like, it's the Mad Cow.
Yes.
And there is Lori A. Hey.
Hi, Lori.
How you doing? So we have some other side news. I don't know. Macrina says Havana's on 6. Guys, Pig and Acre is on 8.
Oh, yeah, Pig and Acre definitely is on 8. I do remember that.
But Havana's in the...
I thought it was...
It's in the front. God, I'm so confused.
No, you got to... I would go along with
confused.
Macrina. I would.
Yeah, I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Hang on. We're
Let's go to the deck plans.
we have a second screen set up here tonight. We are going to go look for you right stinking now because I am into instant gratification. All right. Carnival Jubilee deck plans. Let's go to deck plan number 6. We're going to go to 6 first. It is not deck 6. Deck 6, you got the theater.
Okay.
You got deck 8. The cabins are in the front of the ship. Pig and Anchor is in the back. Everybody, 888. Yes, Danny, we get it. Antonio also says, congratulations. There you go.
Yes.
And Wendy, of course, you welcome everybody. Last year, it took about 30 minutes to move 4 blocks in Galveston. Thank goodness we were prepared and got there early. Yeah, we talked about, it's funny when we're doing a stream, we had some people coming, man, we've never had problems there, and we've done this, that, this. I think some of it has to do with the amount of ships that are in port that day, and whether you're going on Carnival or Royal Caribbean. Down at the Royal Caribbean end, if you will, again, they have multiple lanes of traffic. It's a little bit easier down there. But up where the end were the Carnival ships, when we were there were 2 Carnival ships. There was the Jubilee, which it was the inaugural, and then I forget the other one that was there. And I'm telling you, it was
1 lane in and 1 lane out.
It was a mess.
Yeah, it was.
It was brutal. And now they're adding a 4th terminal and stuff. And so we mentioned this, quite a while ago that, they really need to look at the infrastructure. It's nice to build these terminals and bring all these big cruise ships, but the bigger the cruise ships, the worse the traffic is going to be because there's more people coming in. And so I feel it's a really good thing that they're addressing it, they're talking about it, and they have a plan moving forward.
That makes me very happy. It really does.
It does. Me too.
Yeah.
Danny says you enjoy the shows. I know you do, buddy. Near Chibang 888. Everybody's laughing. So, Danny, do we think it's on deck 8? I'm not sure. Maybe we should go look it up again. Danny says, I slept 50 feet from the Havana bar. Just saying. Deck 8. I know. Deck 8. That's why we love you guys. So we are going to be releasing more content for you guys starting, I don't know if it'll be next week or the week after, but we're going to start releasing a lot more content. Some of it will be more cruise deck tours, right? So when we do the streams, we cover each of one of the public spaces during the ship, and it's buried within a stream. And so for searchability for YouTube, it's hard to find those streams after they've happened when you're looking for that. So we're going to start publishing all those decks as quick individual videos on the channel in conjunction, if you will, with the passenger cabins videos that we've been putting out. So that is coming in the week or two. And of course, we're hard at work trying to do other things as well. So, yes. But I just want to let you know there's more stuff coming your way. So if we can't be live with you, you can still get your Robert and Lisa fix.
Thank
you. Yes, and thank everybody. Excuse me for the thumbs up. We really do appreciate it.
Yes, I see 11 thumbs up, and I think I've only thanked a few of you, so thank you all.
So thank you one and all. It really does help the channel. It lets YouTube know that we're doing a good job, or at least doing something. Starting late, fumbling over our words. I don't know. That's what we do a lot. Danny says you should always stay the night before your cruise on the island. That's what we did. We got there the night before. However, we stayed on the sort of, I want to call it the backside. So the port is over here. We were on the other side of the island. So we still had to transverse a little bit. It wasn't that far. The only way you're going to get away from that traffic is if you're in a hotel that's like right across from the boat and you can walk yourself over. Anything other than that, even if you're on the island, Danny, you're going to run into some traffic. Now, we got ourselves an Uber from our hotel to the port. And this guy, of course, knew the routes, understood the traffic patterns of what the cops usually do for the ships when they came in. So he went a certain way. He actually went past, went this back way and around a corner. Anyway, so he sort of snuck in, if you will. And so when he got to the point where, we're steps away from where the drop-off was. It's like as close as the other side of my hotel room. It was right there. And we just had to turn left. And we're at this intersection. And the security person, it wasn't a police officer, it was port security, would not let this Uber driver turn left. He was going to force him to go right, go back out the main way, circle all back around, and get in this
huge line,
2-hour line of traffic.
Yeah.
So he says, fine. The guy turned his back, and the Uber driver turned left. Doors flew open. We flew out. And by the time the guy realized it, we were already gone. Yeah. Antonio says, last cruise, I had too many mojitos and fell asleep in the Havana bar. It's a great bar.
It happens.
And the band and the musicians in there, the bands they have, outstanding.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Antonio says, here comes the smoker again. Oh, he's talking about the deck plan.
Our faux balcony
our faux
cam.
Balcony cam.
I forgot about that. That's so funny. Now we have to go record balcony cam again.
No, good God, we're not gonna turn that off.
No smokers allowed.
I guess
That's funny.
I guess the next time we get up at 3:00 in the morning to go video the passenger cabins, we'll turn
that'll
it on
be a
and
good time.
video this. There'll be nobody there. There'll be no, searchlights going on looking for people or anything.
Or the dance lights from the white party.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
The searchlights.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny.
Mamie Raider says one of their other videos, you can see two smokers and watch them throw their butts overboard. I've seen that a lot recently.
Yeah.
And it's very disturbing to me.
It is.
I mean, with all the information provided these days, it makes no sense. But, he's out there. Yes, he's outside, but that was not an approved smoking area. I can tell you, in fact, if you watch the videos, there are ashtrays and everywhere in the smoking areas. And on MSC ships, there's like 4 or 5 or 6. I mean, there's
a lot more
plethora of smoking areas.
Yeah, a lot more than any of the other ships we've been on, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So there's just no call or no need for that at all whatsoever.
Agreed. There's plenty of areas.
Yeah, Danny says, no problem on our sailing, as we stayed on the Gulf side and had to deal with 4 ships, a 5K and a 4-block craft fare across from the terminal. You just have to plan alternate routes. Well, that's what I was saying. We use this Uber guy, and he kind of knew the way, but for whatever reason, and it could have been because of the inaugural, again, I don't know if it was security or police, but they changed the routes that the Uber drivers normally drive.
Yeah.
And so he got in the way that he normally would, but then they had it blocked where they normally wouldn't have had it blocked because it was an intersection. You literally just go left. It's almost like a U-turn, and then to go right back out. But there's a little space there for you to drop off your passengers. For whatever reason, that was blocked off. They didn't want you coming from that way. They wanted to make you come from a different way, which, anyway, yeah. Yeah, Macrina says that is very dangerous with backdraft. Absolutely. There's
a reason that they have approved areas and, tons of them,
well,
at least on MSC.
There's a reason why they stopped allowing people smoking on balconies.
Mm-hmm.
The backdraft that she's talking about, but there's some people that leave their balcony doors open.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we're streaming, we have the door open because we have balcony cam on, right? When we're done, as soon as we're done, we take the camera out and we close the door. But what happens if somebody's smoking and the wind catches it and shoom, right in our cabin, the door is open, you're not there, and poof, you got a fire. Right?
Yeah.
So people just don't think about that. I've seen people smoking while they're bunkering, getting fuel, like literally.
Over.
Yes. The seashore, when we were getting off, we went up to the top deck. We were waiting for our turn to go. And I look over the edge and they're down there fueling. And there's and I just look at the guy. It's like, they're fueling. He's like, oh, and he put it out. I'm like,
he did put it out really quickly,
he
but there were at least 3 of them that were right there.
Yeah. Yep. Lori says, oh, yay, on extra content. When we go on Jubilee next month, my friend needs to know where handicapped bathrooms are for her son. I told her to go watch all your Jubilee streams and she will find them. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
We do our best to point out all of those things. We may miss some, right? Some of the bathrooms aren't always, in your face. They can be tucked around a corner and things, but we certainly have done our best to try to point all of those out for everybody. Bev says some people are just inconsiderate. Yeah, like the guy that nearly knocked me over and then it was my fault. Nearly wanted to kick my,
Oh my.
I'm just going to hit the button, kick my butt for it.
Oh my.
Yeah, I gotcha. The ignoring of smoking regulations is due to fire risks more than consideration. Well, of course it is. Right?
Without a doubt.
They should be ignoring it. There's a reason. It's not just to inconvenient the smokers. It's they're pumping a lot of flammable fuel down there.
Yeah. You might want to wait a few minutes.
If you're going to break the rules, at least go to the other side of the ship where there's no fumes. I mean, you could smell the fuel. I mean, it was like, oof. And I'm like, okay, let's get out of here. are you planning any future cruises out of Galveston this year? So we only have through April planned. We will be making further plans hopefully within the next week or two. We told you once we were done here in New York, we're going to making sort of our summer plans. And I don't know if that will include Galveston or not. If we do anything else this summer, of course, we really, truly want to get to Alaska. We have never been there before. And we want to make sure that we get up there before, everything melts. You know what I mean? Global warming, global cooling, whatever side you want to be on. We want to go. Of course, that would mean not going to Galveston. So we are unsure at this time. Of course, as you all know, the first cruise that we're going on, the one that we're going on next is really just, I don't know, a little more than a month away. We're going on the Carnival Firenze for you guys. Brand new repurposed ship. Carnival's third in the line of cruising Italian style. Going to be sailing out of, I was about to say Los Angeles, but Long Beach. And so that is April 25th. As soon as we get off of that sucker, we are hauling butt down to Miami and hopping on the MSC Seascape for a 2-cruise thing.
Yes.
A back-to-back. They didn't give it to us. We paid for it. It was like $500 per person for cabin. I mean, we couldn't turn that up for 14 days at sea.
No, that's really good.
Plus, one's Eastern, one's Western. And so we're going to get to, we're going to go Cayman, which is our favorite island to go to, St. Thomas, which is where we got married, if we've never told you that before. So we're going to get to go to some cool places. We love doing that. So
yes.
Anyway, after that, don't know. We're going to have to see. Right, these cruises cost us a fortune, so if we go on anything, it's probably going to have to start being a lot of faux balcony cam because
we might need to do some insides.
We might need to do some inside and be watching those cruise dollars, right? We'd rather bring you the ship and be in an inside cabin than I can put this up on the screen.
We can do faux balcony cam.
We can.
Yeah.
Well, some of the ships, like the Carnival ships that we've been on, their public area Wi-Fi seems really strong.
Yeah, it does. The newer ships, at least.
Some areas of Royal are pretty good. Some are not. Virgin was not good anywhere.
No.
MSC is great in the cabins, not so good in the outside areas. Again, if you remember the first couple days, we tried to be outside, show you some of the stuff out there. It wasn't working. But when we're in the cabin, the signals were really good. So anyway, so Antonio, we'll let you all know. Okay. But if anything, for sure, sometime mid-May to mid-June, it will be, if we do anything, it would probably be Alaska. Thank you for the thumbs up. We appreciate every single one of you.
Yes, we do.
Patricia's like, I just got secondhand smoke from watching the guy. Oh, you're a mess, Patricia. Yeah, Fire at Sea is the biggest challenge. Absolutely. Yeah. Go watch my my first cruise video. That'll tell you a little bit about Fire at Sea. That was a mess. Hello, Justina.
Hi.
Welcome.
We haven't seen you in a while.
I know. Hope you're doing well.
Yes.
Hi to your pretty little kitty there too. And again, thank you for the thumbs up there. Appreciate you. Craig, what's up, brother?
Hey, Craig.
Heading to Alaska in 52 days.
Ooh,
awesome.
Nice,
Welcome, Craig. Good to see you.
Yes, it is.
Macrina says, did you hear Virgin Voyages has a 1-month offer in the Mediterranean for $10K?
Ooh.
Actually, I hadn't seen it. We've been a little in the bubble the past week here, and we'll be for probably another 5 or 6 days. Another announcement. We talked about it briefly during the other stream, but we cannot do these long drives with the stream on. Excuse me. YouTube deletes anything over 12 hours. So on Sunday night, we're going to start our drive back to Florida. If we turn it on, it'll be for like 11 and a half hours. Maybe we take a break and then turn it back on after. Because we went back to listen to ourselves snore while we were sleeping. I left the camera on, but the video was gone.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might be a blessing.
I think it probably was. But no, we didn't hear that. A month for $10K. If it was $10K for 2 people for a month, that'd be pretty good. But if it's $10K per person, that's $20K. That's not good. That's $2,500 a week.
Yeah.
That's still pretty pricey, right? I mean, it depends. Let me know if it was $10K for the whole cabin, because if it was $10K for the whole cabin, that's not too bad.
No.
I mean, still, I miss the days where like balconies were $100. Anybody remember this? Balconies, $100 a day. In Ocean View's about 75, and Inside's about 50. God, I miss those days.
Right.
Miss those days. Antonio says, I was thinking about maybe cruising this November out of Galveston. It would be nice to sail with the Tall Man. So, yeah, November is our time off. And so, one of the things we've been talking about is we need to get on some of the older ships as well, right? So we've done some of the newer ships. And so I think we're going to attack some of the older Carnival ships. And so I know Carnival has a couple ships sailing out of there. So maybe we come back and sail out of there with you. We'll let you know. Lori wants to know, are you flying from Long Beach? No, we're flying into LAX. Yeah, I don't know. The flights were cheaper. So we're flying to LAX, and we're going to Uber to the Queen. We're staying right across from the ship, or the pier, if you will, the dock, by Macrina's recommendation.
Yes, absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Bev says can't do Inside for Alaska. No, you're exactly correct.
No,
that is not going to happen. In fact, we've been trying to figure out how can we have like a 24-hour cam going out there, but then that would mean we got to keep the door open 24 hours, and we don't want to do that. No, we'll definitely not do an Inside. Lori says your hubby and you enjoyed the snoring. Thanks.
Yeah.
I agree, Bev. I wouldn't do Ocean View either. Got to have a balcony. Well, so we've discussed that. I don't know. We could probably deal with an Ocean View. I think we'd rather have the balcony. But at least with the Ocean View, you're still seeing. I mean, you may not smell it, and it may be, slightly limited views, as long as it's not an obstructed ocean view. But I think we'd be okay. I don't know.
Yeah, we feel like we would be able to get some decent video as well from the window if we just, put the camera behind the curtain so there's no glare. We think that might actually work.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and we've been tossing that idea around.
So it says $10K for double occupancy. Hey, that would be pretty good.
Okay.
That would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still, hey, start that up. $10K is still, we still work for a living, y'all. We don't make that much money. I mean, it's just, but that's 30 days on one ship. And so, I mean, these are things that we've been talking about recently is, we want to take some longer cruises, do some short cruises. I mean, what is it that we want to do? And, of course, we love being on the ships, and we love the longer cruises. However, there's 100 plus ships out there we haven't been on, and that we need to cover and review and get, these tours in, right? So we may have to sort of change thought processes a little bit. So Macrina's like, yes, the Queen Mary. Exactly.
Yes. Looking forward to it.
Bev says, you've never had a problem flying to or from LAX. It's just a traffic thing. I think the worst problems we've ever had at LAX is trying to get a rental car.
True. Yeah.
When we pull in, and it just, I don't know, the rental car lines just seem ridiculous.
Everything else is not so bad, but yeah, rental cars are brutal.
I know, under construction, traffic's a little messy, but it's okay. Look, we're going to fly in. We're going to get our baggage, our luggage. We're going to go find an Uber, and we're going to Uber to the Queen Mary, and we're going to stay there. And then the next morning, we're, per everyone's suggestion, we're just going to walk across to the Forensic because it's going to be right there.
Yes.
So, I hope you're right. It's going to be right there. Antonio says, that's just around the corner. Yes, Danny, it is. Yes. Macrina says, I didn't hear you snore. I'm sure you didn't hear me snore either.
You didn't hear us snoring over your own snores.
Angela, I want to smell it.
Yeah, I know. See, me too. But,
look, we're 95% set on a balcony. Don't worry about it. So for the Alaska cruise, it's we think that's a must.
Yeah.
But a but we wouldn't do it inside. We've talked about we could handle an ocean view if the price was too stupid to turn down, but we have our heart set on a balcony. Like I said, we've never been there, and so we want to have the great views. We want to be able to video a lot, get a lot of content, especially on those days that you're cruising through the fjords. We definitely probably will turn the camera on long term for that.
Oh yeah,
because that'll be great. Just streaming it for everybody.
Oh yeah.
So. Macrina's like, I remember $60 a day for balconies. I remember
60. Okay, yeah, nice.
I remember being able to just drive up to the port on day of departure and say, got any extra cabins? And you get on for like $25.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's great. Of course, 9/11 ruined that.
Yeah.
Craig says that LAX sucks. Yeah. Laurier, we're going out of Galveston on 8-day Carnival Dream that leaves first week in November. You guys should go. First week in November. Man, that's going to be a little rough, guys. Hang on. Let me just pull up the calendar for everybody, and we'll just have a little chit-chat about it. Let me get to know. Why are we in February? Why was it in February?
I don't know.
Ooh. Well, if the event we're doing ends on the 27th, it could be possible. We'll see. We'll see. It depends on the event that we're doing, what day it ends. It usually ends at the end of October, but the end of October is in the middle of the week. So it depends. Is it now going to go to November 3rd, or is it going to end on the 27th? If it ends on the 27th and we beat feet, we might be able to be back to Florida by, well, actually, if
we
going out
go
of
to
Galveston, we can pull into Galveston and just park the RV down there.
Yes.
And then drive the rest of the way home after.
Yes.
Yeah.
That may work.
Doable.
That might work.
That might be doable. Remember, we tried to do a group cruise with you all in November, but nobody wanted to go, or nobody could go because y'all had everything booked.
All right, so I'm taking a note here. And that is the Dream first week of November.
Lori A. Dream.
Okay.
Do you know the date, Lori? The actual date? Angela says thumbs up. Yes, of course. Tanya says, Lori, that's a possibility for me. Let's see who else can go. Macrina says, heck, I remember when there was no thing called a balcony. I know. Right? All right, so here we go. Guys, this is what we do with you. I mean, it's just we're into live. So let's do this. We're going to pull up the Carnival Dream right now. Carnival Dream. Where are you, Dream? We've been on the Dream like twice.
Yeah.
Before we had a YouTube channel, we did the back-to-back on the Dream.
Yeah.
Twice. We're going to go on it again. October 2nd. Oh, sorry, November 2nd.
November 2nd.
Yeah, 8-day.
Okay.
Yep. Balconies, $1,100 ish. Inside, $679.
Oh, okay.
There you go. I don't know. We'll see what happens, y'all. Yeah, Lori, backing up. Oh, geez. Everybody's. Lori
Lots of
says,
comments.
Antonio, that would be so cool. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Macrina, when you started cruising, I was on the world's largest ship at the time. It was 70,000 tons. That's a tugboat now, right?
Yeah.
Amy says, a Sky Princess, end of May. We'll have to wait for group cruise next year. Yes. November 2nd, she thinks. Yes, I just confirmed that. November's my B-Day month. Congratulations. Come celebrate it. Do the Horizon. We can't. Where it will be from mid to late June through the end of October. We don't have time to think.
No, we don't.
Yeah, our schedule is packed for work as we know it. Things change. Our spring used to be packed. Things changed this year, and all of a sudden we had 3 weeks off, and we went on a cruise. And then, oddly enough, as soon as we're done with this event, we're done. Last year we had events until early April.
Yeah, we
so
did.
We had all of March, and a few weeks of April covered. So yeah, it's things do change, but normally mid to late June, all the way through the end of October, we are kaputs when it comes to ships.
Yes.
And Lori says we've been on it twice too. We wanted the 8-day. Denny says I would need to look for a new job if I went on our sailing 928 and then again in November.
Yeah.
I got to keep your job, Danny, because you're going to be able to do the cruises. Horizon mid-September, ABC Islands. Nice. Nice.
That's not, yeah, that sounds nice too.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, we hope you've enjoyed the cruise news for the day. And it was good seeing you all. We will be probably live driving, so you won't see us. You will hear us as we plow our way. Hopefully not plow. I meant that, not real. No. We're doing another night drive because there is snow coming here and freezing weather, and we want to get out of town and get as far south as we can. So anyway,
so we don't have to worry about icy conditions,
yes.
Icy roads.
But we will have some time down when we get there, so we'll probably do some more ship departures for you guys. And as I said, we're putting out some more content, so hopefully you will be there for all of it. Again, we do apologize for being late. That's typically not our style. We usually start 5 minutes early so we can have a little dance, and then we get started right on time. But, you know, you got to roll with it, right? So until we see you all again on the road, literally on the road, y'all be safe.